Hey, how are you doing today? It's Ryan with LawnCrack.com, and today's video I just want to give you a rundown of my personal lawn care company experience, stuff like that. I hope anybody in the industry that's hasn't got as far in their business as I did will find this helpful. I'm trying to help you guys. So I started my business in 2009 with a push mower, a curve shaft weed eater, and a plug-in electric blower. It was not the greatest start of all time. It was very humbling, and I'm really honestly glad it started like that. I had worked for True Green in the past. I'd worked for a local lawn and landscape company. I'd worked for a fertilization and weed control product distributor, and I worked at a mulch yard before I started my business. And when I started my business, I was working for the local lawn and landscape company. They taught me everything I needed to know about how to do the actual work. Didn't really learn how to run a business there because the owner took care of that, and me and the crew members were out doing the work. So I got really good at doing the work. Understood it was a really well-run business. I understood, you need to get here at this time every day. We need to go out, we need to get this work done, we need to get back to our families, stuff like that. But I learned, how to mow grass, how to mulch, prune, pick up leaves, sharpen the blades, change the oil, plug a tire, blah, 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 blah. I learned everything. I did not know how to do any of that stuff. Like, I barely got hired. And then that guy was so happy he hired me. A couple months later, he's like, wow, this guy really picked it up quick. Yeah, I was a natural, if you want to say that. I love it. I love using the equipment, the engines. I really kind of like dealing with the people. I used to like dealing with the people a lot more. Now I'm just kind of like, I'd rather have an employee do that. But okay, so 2009, I was still working for the other company, and I started my business. I would get off work, and somehow he got us off work at like 4 o'clock every day, which is just an absolute miracle, knowing what I know now. But every day we're off at 4 o'clock, so I knew at 4 o'clock, I'm done. Like, what am I going to do? I'm going to go mow my own grass. I asked my boss, do you mind? He said, quote, there's enough grass for all of us to cut. And that was all I needed to hear. And I printed up some flyers, and I started sticking them on doors, and got a couple calls, got a couple clients, started mowing grass. Built up a little bit of a clientele. I'm talking 5, 10 customers. And then Christmas rolls around. I'm like, what do you want for Christmas, son? Well, I want a commercial lawnmower. So my parents were gracious enough, kind enough, had the ability to buy me. It was a Cub Cadet, 36-inch belt drive, walk behind. It sucked. It freaking sucked, but I thought it was so nice at the time, and it got the job done. It was better than the push mower, for sure. But now I needed a trailer, so thankfully my brother had a little trailer that he hauled his dirt bike around in. So I made ramps, and I stuck my Cub Cadet in the back of that little trailer, and I pulled it behind my mom's SUV, and that was my first couple years of business. That was the first 2 years of business. Then next year rolls around, so that's 2009, 2010. So in 2011, I went out on my own, and I bought a truck, I bought a trailer, a little 5x10. I bought a 52-inch turf tracer. So I had my turf tracer and my 36-inch walk behind on my 5x10 trailer, and things started picking up, man. I mean, if you get out and do good work in this industry, you're going to get business, period. That's it. Like, all you really need to do is go do good work on a weekly basis. Show up, do what you said you're going to do at the price you said you're going to do it, be reliable, be presentable, be professional, basic stuff. So 2011 was just me. Then 2012 came, and I had a little too much work for just me. So I hired my brother and one of my friends, And we went out there sun up to sundown, 7 days a week. They didn't work 7 days a week, but I did because I was growing my business. I'm like, I'm gonna make it. Like, not making it is not an option. And to make it in this industry, you need to put in time at the beginning of your business. And I'm talking a couple years worth of working 7 days a week, 80 plus hours a week. If you're not willing to do it, I'd say get out of the industry. Like, unless you just want to make like supplemental income or something like that. But you're not gonna make real money not putting in a lot of work on the front end in this industry. So we were at 2012, hired my buddy and my brother, and then 2013 came around, and now we have too much work for just one truck to go. So up until this point, I was on every job. Now I bought another truck, and I have 2 trucks, 2 trailers, 2 sets of mowers, and I'm sending employees out to customers' properties without me being there, because obviously I'm driving the other truck. I can't drive that truck too, and why would I send both trucks to the same property? That'd be ridiculous. So it got really crazy. Honestly, man, the customers were not super duper happy about it, but I had to explain to them, look, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I'm really sorry. I wish I could be there on every job, but I own a business. I didn't call this Ryan's mowing service. I called it Loyal Green. It's a company. We're a LLC. Like, we're legit. We're a company, so I have employees. I've trained them as best as I could. I think they're going to do a good job. I hope they do. But if they don't, call me. I'm going to fix it. I don't want to charge anybody for anything they're unhappy with. Like, that's the whole point of business, is provide value to your customer. So that was a rough year. Honestly, it got really rough ever since I hired employees. It got kind of rough. But the issue is I started off mowing grass, and I also offered fertilization weed control because I had worked for True Green. So I was like, I can do this too, and I was just doing it with like a push spreader and hand cans. That's really all you need to break into fertilization weed control. Of course, you need to be licensed and stuff like that, but to get into it, you can get into it very cheap. You don't need a skid sprayer. You don't need like the Eco 505, which we use now. But so I started hiring employees. We started offering mulching, pruning, leaf removal, snow removal, hardscapes, landscape design, landscape install. Too much, guys. Don't fall for that. You do not have to be the one-stop shop. That's what I thought when I got into the industry. I'm like, man, if I can't handle all of these services for my customer, they're going to call the next guy, and then next thing you know, they're going to take, say I'm mowing the lawn, and then they need somebody to mulch. I'm going to lose my mow account to the mulch company because they're going to mow it too. No, I mean, it can happen. Don't get me wrong. That's a possibility. But if you build a relationship, a rapport with your customers, they're not going to leave you over a couple dollars. And if they do, it really means you're doing something wrong. Your quality of work is poor. Your customer service is poor. Or maybe they're just really cheap. That is honestly an option. But so 2012, I get all this going. 2013, 2014, 2015, guys, I had 3 trucks out mowing. I had 2 F-250s, an F-150 out mowing every day. I had F-350 dually flatbed pulling my dump trailer as one of my landscape crews. I had a dump truck, a little Chevy 3500 dump truck as my other landscape crew, and I had another F-250 with the spray unit in it. Absolute worst year of my life, hands down. Highest revenue year of my company, no doubt. It's in the books, but not the highest profitability year, not even close. And so after that 2015 season, I was honestly ready to walk away from the business. My business wasn't sellable or saleable, whatever you want to call it, because it was basically, I had a job to make sure my lawn care business ran, and it was terrible. Who would have bought that? Nobody would have bought that. So instead of selling my business, I ended up saying, I really ended up looking at what can my employees do? What are my employees' strong suits? And the two things my employees were really good at doing was mowing grass and treating lawns. So guess what? Now, when 2016 rolled around, I let all the customers know, hey, we only mow grass and treat lawns now. I'm really sorry. You know, we didn't have the manpower, the equipment, the cost of the overhead to have the space to store all that stuff was too much. It was not worth it. I'm not getting to see my daughter nearly as much as I want to. So we only offer these two services. I did reach out to several other companies to try to like build a network of referrals. So if you need a mulch job, call this company. If you need leaf removal, call this company. You need seeding, call this company. You need snow removal, call this company. But what I found is most of these other companies are worthless. So I don't refer anybody to anybody anymore. I will give you a recommendation, like here's a name and number to call. I'm not saying they're good or they're bad or they're going to call you back or they're going to give you a fair quote or they're going to do good work, but here's a name and number to call. I would start here, but just go dialing through Google. You're going to have just as much luck. I don't know how these other companies are in business in my area. Every time we answer the phone, the customers are just blown away that I can't believe we didn't get a voicemail, and if we leave a voicemail, we don't even expect you to call back anymore. Man, it's a sad state. It's good if you're good at business and have a passion and drive and a clue. All you need is a clue. You can make money in lawn care. But my biggest recommendation after running my business is limit the services you offer and limit the number of employees you need. You just think about the quality of person, and I was one of these people. I employ these people. I like these people. I know they're good people. I'm not saying anything bad necessarily. I'm just saying think about the quality, the type of person that's going to be like, yeah, I want to work for a lawn care landscaping company. You know what I mean? Like they don't have many other options. to put it nicely, I don't know. Like you don't want your like family's financial future resting on the back of Johnny coming into work tomorrow. You know, that's setting yourself up for failure. But like like how my business is now, I have a whole extra setup. I have a whole extra truck, zero turn, walk behind, trimmers and blowers. I have a whole extra truck sitting in my garage because just in case I need to get out there. But what I do to safeguard against that is, one, I just hire friends and family now, and I pay them too well. I pay my guys too much money. It's Ryan with LawnCrack. Just trying to share with you guys my company's history. Started 2009. It's 2017. We've done over $2.5 million in revenue since I started the business. Like I said, 2009, 2010 were part-time. I had another job. 2011 was just me. So from 2012 on is when I made the majority of that $2.5 million. And that's revenue, guys. I'm not saying I have $2.5 million in my bank account. I have about $50,000 in my bank account. But, and I treat that like zero. Just so you know, like I have 50K, I'm like, I got zero, nothing, I'm poor, I'm broke. I don't spend money on dumb stuff. So keep an eye out. We got the Cracking the Code to Profit is coming out. We got the webinar coaching series. We got the podcast. We got big things happening in the lawn and landscape industry on the internet. We're trying to help lawn and landscape business owners grow their business to provide for their families, to provide the lifestyle they want and deserve, because it is a lot of work, guys. I honestly feel if you run a lawn care or landscaping company successfully, you could potentially run any business out there. There's so many moving parts. We got to deal with the weather. We got all kinds of engines and transmissions and wheels and lots of stuff to go wrong. We work at the customer's property. We're dealing with lower quality employees. I'm not trying to put down the employees by any means. I was one. I employ them. I like them. I'm just saying it's a reality. And then it's a commodity service on top of that. It's not like we're selling diamonds in the highest grade, we're selling a commodity service that, people just need to have done, and they don't like doing it themselves, and I can't blame them. I would freak out if I had to push mow something. So I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm rambling. It's Ryan with LawnCrack. Check us out anywhere on the internet. LawnCrack. You know what it is. It's Ryan. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. Bye.